So the next thing that we're going to go to, Dad, if you'll advance our slides,
Got it.
is the whole idea of one job. Now, there's many different jobs in a beehive, and we have a graph. Well, we actually have a quote first. I have to decide which job is most important and use my time to carry out that one job. In any given moment, we have so many tasks that we could be doing, but we must prioritize and figure out which job is most important in that moment. And no one else is better than doing that than bees. Bees have different jobs and it's based on their age. So it's pretty straightforward for bees. They start out by being a nurse bee. As soon as they hatch, they get to clean out their little cell and then they help other baby bees. Then they are a house caretaker. They take care of the hive, keep it tidy. Then they're a forager. They're going to be brave and go out and get pollen and nectar. And then finally, they are a guard bee. They protect the hive. There's even something called an undertaker bee, which
Dum
is
dum
honestly
da
probably
dum
my
dum da
favorite.
dum. Oh, that's no, I'm sorry, that's Star Wars theme. That's not a.
No, not the death
I'm all right.
march.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I remember one day me and Dad were laying down outside next to the beehives, just watching them go in and out of the hive. And every now and then you would think that the bees were wrestling, and you would see this one bee just dragging out a dead or dying bee out of the hive. So, anyway, we could talk about bees all day. But there's two things I want us to notice here from the examples of different jobs that are in a hive from this photo. The first is that they're all women. I said what I said. All the worker bees in a hive are women, so got that muscle. But second, I want us to notice that no bee does all the jobs at once. They can't. You can't be focused on taking care of the baby bees while you're also trying to keep the hive safe. And you can't focus on keeping the hive clean while you're trying to build new honeycomb and be a construction bee. That just doesn't work. And that's why delegation is key. As humans, we don't have the luxury that bees do for our job to be decided by our age, and it's not cut and dry. But we do have different roles in the world and in the workplace and at home, and realizing that our individual job impacts others' jobs is crucial. An example of this is from last summer whenever I interned with BASF. I had the opportunity to lead a program for the staff of a nonprofit group. And of course, I used concepts from Focused as a Bee. They were talking about pollinators and about sustainability, so it was perfect. Well, I went around and I asked 4 or 5 of the team members what their job was at the nonprofit. And you had people like Jody from fundraising, Bill from PR, and Samantha from accounting. And it was incredible to see their eyes light up as I connected their jobs together. I helped them realize that by embracing their one job, they were making it easier for others to do their job as well. And that goes back to the hive mindset. Everyone has a role, but no one person can do every job. It's just not practical. So, Dad, I think you have a question for us about some of our one jobs.
I do, Sydney. As you think about it just for a moment, Sydney talked about in a hive how, there's certain things that have to be done at certain times by certain bees, and that's what makes things work. I wonder about for you as an individual, what's a one job you've been avoiding? And I'm not asking this to throw it in the chat or anything like that, but just simply, what's a one job that might, if you would do, might help open up other opportunities.